students and welcome back. Civics chapter number 2, role of government in health, and today we are going to see the second part. Before going to the second part, let us recap what we have studied in our previous class. We have studied what is health, that is our ability to remain free from injuries, isn't it? And afterwards we have seen the health care in India. We have compared the number of doctors emerging every year, then the number of hospitals in India, and the number of the assistants or the help workers or the helpers. We have seen all these things. Other than that, we have also seen that in India we are facing many problems related to health, that we are not able to provide proper drinking water to the people. That is the main reason leading to diarrhea and other diseases. And our main intention now, or the government intention, to eradicate the diseases by providing proper health care facilities. Today, as a part of it, we are going to see the public healthcare system as well as the private healthcare system. Let's move. Public and private healthcare systems. Public healthcare services are chain of health centers and hospitals run by the government in both the rural and urban areas. So, what is the definition? Public healthcare services, they are the chain of healthcare centers and the hospitals run by the government both in rural as well as in urban areas. As I told you, that it is called here in Gujarat as that civil hospital. I don't know what it is called in other parts of the country. Treatment for common illness to special services is covered. See, treatment for common illness, it may be cough, cold, fever, to special services. Now the special services we can highlight, we can quote that COVID-19, it's a special services. So everything is covered. Then in the rural areas, health centers work under the supervision of doctors at primary health centers. So primary health centers. So I have written P primary capital H capital C. As it's totally it is called as PHC. PHC full formation or full form of this particular PHC is primary health centers. So in rural areas we are able to find this primary health centers under the supervision of a doctor as well as some male or female assistants. In the urban areas, district hospitals manage and supervise health services. These health services are called public services because they cater to the citizens of the country and are managed by money the public pays to the government. See, in the public hospitals, or what we are calling as in civil hospitals, there absolutely, actually the services they are providing is absolutely free. They are not or I can say asking any money for that. Then how they are being run? They are run by the public money, the money paid by the public in the form of taxes. We are paying electricity bill, we are paying the water tax, house tax, and so many other taxes to the government. And a portion of that tax is provided to these hospitals to run successfully. And with that money, they are providing the patients the medicines as well as they are treating them for no cost. So, as I told you, they are managed by the money the public pays to the government. We are only paying that money. Government is not paying. From where the government will get money? The government gets money through people only in the form of taxes. Let's move. It provides quality health care either free or at low cost. As I told you, it is even in the COVID-19 cases, initially that services, it was given free services, but now I think they are asking, or they have kept low cost. It aims to prevent the spread of dangerous diseases. Dangerous disease. What is the aim of this public hospital? Is to prevent or to stop the spread of dangerous diseases. Government, then people's participation is much required in achieving better results and safeguarding right to life of every person. This right to life, again I have written right to life in the capital letters R, T and L, because this is the fundamental right is given to us or to given to every citizen by the constitution. Or in regard with this only, we have already seen the story related to that Hakim, isn't it? And right to life, that is people's participation is much important for achieving this result or this right. Private healthcare services are a chain of health centers and hospitals that are privately owned. So, other than government, the clinics and hospitals run by the private individuals or corporates sometimes. They are called as private healthcare services. Sometimes they are the chain of hospitals also. Say for example, Apollo hospitals. They are found in different states because it's a chain. In rural areas, registered medical practitioners provide health care services. Registered means medical practitioners, one with the certificate, medical certificate, medicine certificate. They are practicing. If they wish, they can practice in the rural areas, but for they ask for money. Now they do not extend their services for free of cost. These may not be within the reach of the common man as they are costly. As I told you, since they are costly and it is not at the reach of a common man, so that is why they prefer to go to the public hospital, or you can say the civil hospital. Then health care and equality. Private healthcare services are increasing as compared to the public healthcare services. Yes. So private people don't want to go to the public hospital. So why? They are of the notion that, or thinking that they may not give, or they are not in a position to provide proper service on time. Maybe the services at time is lacking, poor quality, and that is the reason that people prefer to go to the private hospitals. Okay, even though the cost is more. Private healthcare services are concentrated mainly in the urban areas, having high costs which may cannot afford. So what happens? They are mostly, these private hospitals are in the city or urban areas, and having high cost. The cost is too much, which may not many times cannot afford by the ordinary people. Say for example this COVID-19. So that now the government has decided to provide the treatment in the or I can say private hospitals also. But whereas in private hospital the cost is too much. So if a COVID patient is admitted, by the time he discharges, he may have to pay the bill above 1 lakh or 2 lakhs together, because the treatment is as such, where in private hospitals, whereas in government hospital the treatment may, or I can say the cost may be very less or maybe free of cost. But those who are having money, they don't want to prefer to go to the public hospital or civil hospital. Why? They think that maybe they are providing services for free of cost or at low cost, and that is why at many times it may not be proper. That was the thinking of the people. That is the thinking of the people. So, some even resort to incorrect practices to earn more. Incorrect practices means by charging more, maybe sometimes by producing false certificate, okay, and or charging for low, maybe some I can say person is going to the private hospital for testing fever, and at that time the private practitioners, what they say is that okay, we are not able to confirm whether it is dengue or malaria, let us go for blood test. Then blood test, the patient has to go to the laboratory, and that laboratory wala as well as the private hospitals, they are linked and they are charging for a testing. It may be costing or the cost may be above 500 rupees, and absolutely after that report, these persons or the patient is receives treatment by the doctor. So sometimes some ill practices, simply डरा के कुछ भी नहीं होता है और बीमारी कुछ नहीं होता, उसको बढ़ा चढ़ा के they are earning money. So that is called resort to incorrect practices to earn more, where in private hospitals. Medical expenses cause hardship more than 40% of the population. So for more than 40% population, for them it is difficult to bear the medical you can say expenses. Nowadays we are having life insurances, LIC policies with us. We can claim with that. But what about the poor? They don't have these facilities also. Now the government is coming up with government has already come up with so many plannings and all, and with that they are now able to support, or they are now able to get the benefit of that. Illness in the family is a cause of great anxiety and distress for the poor. अगर poor का family में डेली अर्निंग उनका 100 रुपीज़ या 200 रुपीज़ वो लेकर आते हैं, उसमें से अगर कोई बीमार होते हैं तो उनका पूरा जो खर्च जो है या उनका एक्सपेंडिचर उसी में चला जाता है, एंड इट मेक्स देम टू डिस्ट्रेस मतलब चैन से जीने नहीं देता है उनको. ओके, किसी को भी अगर फैमिली में बीमार हो जाते हैं तो इट्स अ मैटर ऑफ टेंशन फॉर देम. Many a time proper medical treatment is not available. Women's health concerns are considered less important in the family. So in the family the priority is given more to the male. It was maybe in the earlier, now the trend is changing. In many tribal and rural areas, even private health centers are not available. So that is in the rural areas and tribal areas, even the private mediciners or doctors are not ready to open up their services or open up their hospitals or maybe the clinics. It is the responsibility of what can be done in that case? It is a responsibility of the government to provide quality healthcare services to all its citizens, especially to the poor and the disadvantaged. So then whose responsibility? See, if you go to the countries like USA and all, in USA two things are absolutely provided by the government. One is education and another one is services, this health, or I can say medical services. These two things are compulsorily, it is provided by the government. So there is no concept of private hospitals. If one has graduated himself as a doctor, then he has to serve in the government hospitals only. Okay, then the government is providing, or I can say, treatment for free of cost, whether it is a small, or I can say, disease, or it may be a big one or a serious one. Same as far as the this education is also concerned. Basic education and everything is absolutely given free to the people or to the students. Okay, then what else? The education as well as medical services are absolutely free in USA, and that is why they are the advanced countries of the world. But here in India it is not like that. Yes, we are providing basic education, for basic education, that is up to class 10th, up free of cost, but unable to provide this health care, or I can say medicinal facilities absolutely for free of cost. So basic amenities and social conditions of the people need to be improved. Basic amenities मतलब हमारा amenities like हमारा basic requirements, that is food, then shelter, then kapda or clothing. These are the basic amenities which is required for an individual. So then social condition, the condition where they are living, their living condition. So they should not be live on the roads what we are able to see today, what we are seeing today, or in the slum areas. They are prone to diseases, or during flood again they are the one to face the problems, isn't it? So these are their conditions and that need to be improved. And that one case study is given, the Kerala experience. That is 40% of state budget is given to the panchayat to plan and provide food, water, women's development and education. So 40% state entire budget. So out of that 40% is reserved for this food, water and women's development and education, and it given to the panchayat. Then health centers were improved, water supply schemes were checked, and working of schools and Anganwadis was ensured. So where? All this in Kerala. Some problems like shortage of medicines, insufficient hospital beds and doctors is still a problem. Where? In Kerala. Now let's move on to another place, that is the Costa Rican approach. Costa Rica is a place, it's in America. You can say it is it's told is in the countries in South America, but in between South as well as North का बीच में जो narrow belt है, there you will be able to find the Costa Rica. So is one of the healthiest countries in South America. North और South America का बीच में जो है Costa Rica. And the credit go to its institution. Why it is considered as the healthiest country? Because the credit goes to its constitution. Several years ago, it was decided not to have an army, thus spend the money on education, health and other basic needs. So that was their plan. They decided not to invest, not to have an army. वहाँ पर army नहीं है. That means defense force is not there. See, and their entire budget or money is concentrated on education, health and other basic needs. But countries like India, we cannot imagine such type of that not having defense force at all, because there is always threat from China on one side, Nepal on other side, Pakistan on other side. So always we need to have, or I can say, alert, and for that our maximum budget goes to our defense forces. And thus we come to an end of this chapter. So you have to go through it. You have to read the textbook as well. And if you have any queries or any problem, you have to mention in the comment box, or you can call me, or you can text me in my WhatsApp number. Thank you and have a nice day.